Look at this day. This is a great, beautiful day. We never see days like this. It hasn't rained in like 3 days. The pole across the street is starting to dry. And I think today what I want to do is, well, actually, I want to give you an update real quick. If y'all remember this thing, polished this thing up, made it beautiful, shines, gorgeous car. Well, somebody else driving a Lexus didn't think it was so gorgeous, decided to smack it, and it's back in my driveway once again. So we'll see what insurance says about it. And this thing makes a funny noise, and it's basically totaled because the value of it just isn't, you know, worth fixing that. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I think today I want to start beautifying this thing more than just that little spot on the hood. And I think the plan here is, well, I'll pressure wash it. It's not going to be that great of a pressure washing video because, I mean, it's just got little spots here and there because it wasn't, you know, there's no moss on it or anything. So, like, I haven't washed it since I got it. But it's just going to be a spray down wash with really soapy water. Clay bar it, and then buff it out and wax it. And hands orange. Anyway, it's gonna clean up really nice. So I guess this is a buff and shine video, not really a pressure wash video. I mean, like, that's the worst. It's just like desert lichens growing on it. So I won't bore you too much with the pressure washing of it, or the washing of it, or the clay barring of it. I'm not showing you the little steps and little areas, but the buffing and the waxing is going to be the big part. And the whole thing is going to look like this, only a little better because, you know, I just did that real quick. All right, first thing I'm going to do is take this off because I mean, it's useful, but I ain't gonna be using it as a work truck, and it's kind of ugly. It doesn't, you know, match anything on the truck, not even the color. Gonna get the bed cleaned out. I've got an extra hubcap to get all this wood out of here. There's a big desert rock I'll throw in the garden. Desert wood I'll probably throw on the wood pile. I'm probably gonna run one of these little scratchy pads over some of this stuff. Try to smooth some of the edges out. See if I can bring a little stylized patina to it and knock just a little bit of the rust down. Like right here, some of it's kind of thick, kind of scaly. Try to even some of these edges out a little bit, and then buff and wax. And I think it's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be so shiny. I can't wait. I'm excited. All right, let's get to work. This is going a little too easy. Thinking headboard for a bed. Well, would you look at that? Completely changes how this thing looks. Yeah, I like that. All right. Well, didn't find anything of real note. Is just pretty much just rotten wood. It's all just crumbly and probably make good compost, but I don't need any compost right now. Did find a old can with no deposit on it, so this thing is old. Then found this. It's kind of cool. I don't know what I'll do with that. Probably just let it sit on the shelf for a while and then throw it away. Anyway, let's spray it out. Well, got that all cleaned up and sprayed out. It's definitely wavy. It's got some scaly stuff. It's not too bad. No big holes. I mean, no holes at all, no rust holes. So that's cool. That thing's loose. Oh, look, there's little creatures in there. Oh yeah, I also need to change my little Debbie shirt that's signed. It's not a good idea to be doing this stuff in a pure white shirt like this. All right, now I'm gonna spray and wash the rest of it. It's looking good. Oh, maybe I should close that. All right, so it's washed. I had to run a couple errands, so the shade moved in. So I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but it's mostly pretty clean. I mean, you can still see some of the oxidization. And but now we're going to wash it and see how. So it looks pretty dang clean. I think I got most of everything. But yeah, I'm gonna start up on the roof, up there on the top. I do definitely have to SOS the back window, 'cause there's just a ton of like sap or something. I might have to razor blade this actually. Yeah, this is a razor blade job. I don't know what this stuff is. Guess I'll go grab a razor blade. So this has been cleaned up. I used the scrubby pad. It's a little, you can see a lot of the oxidation is gone. There's still some there, but it's a little scratched up. It also took the edges off right here. Basically, you're exfoliating the paint, getting as much oxidation off as possible. Also doing this will help keep your pad nice and clean when you're buffing. I also went ahead and did all this stuff. All right, so we'll go over this process a little bit. This washing and scrubbing process. So like, see this streak? This is from the rack that was sitting up here, and it's leaked down here. There's little streaks on the primer stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Basically, we want to clean the paint and then exfoliate it. And just do a nice rub down, super soapy water. You can rinse it off if you want. You don't have to. Kind of helps with the lubrication. Then take your quadruple hot, just rub it over. I like to try to get the edges of this down just a little bit, get the rust down, so it helps save your pad a little. And then the other thing you're doing is you're just exfoliating all the oxidation off, and you're getting the paint as clean as possible, basically. It is taking a little bit of the paint off, and then buffing will also take a little bit of paint off. But the paint on this thing is so thin anyway, we're gonna end up with some, you know, bald spots, but that's okay. That'll just add to the look for now. All right, that should be good enough. We're not necessarily trying to save the paint. We're just trying to give it a look, give it some shine. Let's let this dry for a second. Then every time you rub it down, you're gonna get orange paint, which that'll happen until we get the wax on it. Then it'll get much better. Then once we do that and we maintain it, and every time we wash it for the next couple times, throw some spray wax on it, it'll be good. So I'll let that dry for a second. All right, let's see. Are you able to see this? So that streak's gone. You can see it down here, but I mean, this stuff is clean. You shouldn't touch this. You can also clay bar it at this point when you're washing it. I don't like to clay bar and wash at the same time. I just don't want to get my soap and my clay bar mixed up. And then when you're switching stuff around, that also gives you the chance of dropping the clay bar a lot easier. But that's about what we're looking for. And then this is gonna, it feels so smooth. This is gonna buff up nice. What is that? Can't tell you how nice it is to have a matching tailgate to the truck. And the lettering right there, I mean, it just started coming right off as soon as I crossed over it. So that's all gonna have to be hand buffed. That'll be fun. Well, it's getting dark, and but it's all washed. It's all scrubby sponged. So dirt's off of it, and it's got the major exfoliage going on. It's pretty dang clean. The paint is pretty raw right now. There's still some more to be done, but it's got the major part of it all off. But it is ready to be clay barred and then buffed. Since the sun is already setting its dark, I am going to wait probably till tomorrow or the next day. Just buff a panel at a time and start buffing. You know, these things, this takes a long time to do. So, you know, you got to make sure the dishes are done and the cat's fed. And you'll be doing good. It's just time management. Work on this stuff as much as you can. All right. You know, I almost thought about just waxing this thing because it's the dullness to it has a certain look. It's just very clean, but maybe I'll do that on the next one. There's definitely a difference, but it's getting so dark I can't see anymore, and I think it's leaving more stuff on it than I want it to. Can't even see the bottom, can you? Anyway, all right, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, then I'll probably finish this thing up. Look at the difference of that. Oh. So this is interesting. This light doesn't come off. And there's no like wire thing in there. You know, wire harness unpluggy thingy. It's just a wire that goes all the way to wherever. So I'm gonna have to like buff around this and to get my professional mover out of the weigher. And then hold it up to get under it. Kind of annoying. Well, that worked out very pleasant. Speaking of which, any of y'all know where I can get some lenses, shoot it down there in the comments, and because I need some now. It's got a little bit more character to it, don't it? Damn. polished. Washed it real good afterwards. But this thing was so oxidized, and it took me hours and hours, and it took me days to get it to this point. So time for some wax, and stuff is almost gone. One thing that I noticed right away, I don't know if you can see this, but all these little spots where the paint has like chipped through, little tiny spots, the wax darkens them up. We've got to biffer it out real good with this wax. 2 coats this time. And here it is. Big reveal. All shiny. Look at that. Just gleams. What do y'all think? This thing took me days. But it looks good. Got some shade going there. And those curves, man, it just looks so good. Alright, if you guys like these videos, give a like, subscribe. I'll keep doing them. And leave some comments, tell me what you would have done different. Let me know what you think. If you guys have Instagrams, my Instagram is down in the description. So look me up. Follow me, I'll follow you. Also, if you all would like to donate to the betterment of this channel, I've got a link for that down in the description as well. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. How are you going to remember where you put that, little guy? You going to draw a little map? A little squirrel map? Yeah, I see you. Yeah, you proud of yourself?